Hey everybody, this is Teoh here again, and for this time I'm going to share with you my experience meeting Britain's richest man. I read that he is the 52nd richest man in the world. People say he owns half of London and most of the parts here in Liverpool, including one of the more expensive real estate in the UK today, from Mayfair to the centre of London, and including the new development right here in Liverpool called Liverpool One. Now this person is of course the Duke of Westminster that I'm talking about, and we have had the great opportunity, being the global winners of Your Big Year, to meet this honorary gentleman who has basically inherited his wealth from generations after generations. Now we met the honorary His Grace, the Duke of Westminster, at his Eton estate, a huge estate located in Chester where he resides currently, and we met him in his office. So basically it was a 30-minute meeting between myself, my traveling partner Carrie L, Chris Arnold, the chief organizer behind Your Big Year and the CEO of Smaller Earth, and of course representatives from Liverpool One. Now, meeting such a reputable figure anywhere in the UK or around the world is inspiring itself. During our conversation, the Duke shared a lot about his interest and passion, slanting towards China really. He commented on how China was really growing from outside of its shell into a truly globalized economy and a power to be reckoned with across the globe. Of course, the Duke also commented about recognizing unsung heroes in the community. When we told him stories about Your Big Year and how we'll be traveling around the world to work on projects in conservation areas in South Africa, well, involved in projects like the rebreeding of lions in the Antelope Park in South Africa, diving with the great white shark in Cape Town, to educating kids in the slums in India, the Duke was very interested. However, he's even more interested to the unsung heroes, in a sense where the Duke claims that anywhere around the world there are people in communities with their little efforts that they do to bring improvement to their daily lives, to the daily lives of others within their neighborhood. These are the unsung heroes that needs to be recognized and need to be supported either by local NGOs, charitable bodies, businesses, or governments. The Duke has put an opinion where many celebrities these days are rushing into the charity bandwagon to get fame, to get their name across to the rest. However, one may argue that in order to build a sustainable movement, one would need to build a following. But the Duke has his opinion. That is, we should recognize the unsung heroes because these are the people that are actually putting things to work, and at the same time not asking much of credit from, but are really putting plans, are really executing, are really taking action to ensure a better development for their community. Hence, which is why I think personally my 1 year trip around the world would really give me this perspective to work with kids in the slums in India, to re-educate people in South America about the dangers of HIV and AIDS, to working with environment once again. It's time to get my hands dirty, it's time to get my hands on the grassroots, and at the same time as well, provided with the knowledge, the qualifications, the networks, and the skills and experiences I've built so far, I believe whatever hands-on knowledge that I've obtained or anybody else out there have obtained, it's best that we share it, it's best that we think innovatively on how we could document them to produce best practices, to produce systems that could really help our communities further develop themselves from the experiences that we will have when we visit or when we speak to key people, get involved in projects, or basically take a tour around the world to look at the different landscape and the behaviors of societies out there. So that wraps up my meeting with the Duke of Westminster. A very interesting guy, basically. As you would know, he's worth an estimated value of 20 billion US dollars, making him the third richest man in the UK, just behind the steel tycoon Lakshmi Mittal and a Roman, I believe, who's ranked the second. But he is the richest British man alive today. He owns half of London. He's basically Britain's biggest real estate developer. It was such an inspiring story, and I hope all of you watching this video right now would have learned a little thing or two. And we'll catch up with you guys again. Thanks.